and get the grizzly beard hacked back a little bit.
Oh, I'm really pleased with that. It looks a lot tidier.
But then, do they have night vision?
Hope you had a good weekend. It's another week. Unfortunately, the weather is definitely dictating what we do this week. We thought it was supposed to be a lot warmer and we thought we were going to be able to get outside and do a lot of gardening, but that just is absolutely not going to be the case. So at the moment we've got thick fog, which I think is supposed to be freezing fog. And did you say last night or this morning?
This morning it's supposed to be -9 in the south.
-9 Celsius in the south with freezing fog. So,
and I was actually down in the field this morning, and not only is it cold, the field is still so wet because all that snow finally melted.
Yeah,
it's so soggy underfoot that it's I don't know, it's just not great.
Doesn't look like we're going to be doing that this week, so that's okay. We get another pass. Big day for me today. I am going off to get my hair cut, which under normal circumstances would be normal, but I have not been in a salon since I checked my calendar on my laptop this morning because I couldn't quite believe it. But it was December the 11th, 2019 when I last got my hair cut. So that's 3 years and almost 1 month. Isn't that mad? Mars has been hacking away at my hair.
I was going to say, it's barely grown.
And you've been doing an amazing job. You've been really fantastic. So props to Mars because he's really helped me out for the last 3 years with my hair. But I really do feel like now is the time to go and get my hair properly cut. Not least because I'm 45 years old this year. My hair has just changed so much in the last 3 years. So when we went into COVID, I stopped dyeing my hair. The roots came through and I just thought, oh, well, sod it, I might as well just go with it. So this is my full natural hair color and I do not touch it. I have not dyed it literally for like 3 years. So there's an awful lot of gray that's coming through. I will give you a close up. That means that my texture of my hair is changing because gray hair, it comes through a lot kind of wirier and thicker. So I kind of want to go. I want to show her, I want to talk to her about it, try and get a game plan going forward. I think I'm okay with it. I feel quite happy with it. It kind of actually looks like highlights in my hair, so that's kind of a bonus, free highlights. So I'm just wrapping up a small little something to take to her because she really is just the sweetest woman. She is such a lovely lady and I love seeing her. So I'm sure we're going to have tons to catch up on what has been going on in her life for the last 3 years. And then I think the baskets have finally arrived, haven't they?
Yeah, they arrived last night.
Oh, amazing. So these baskets have been a bit of a saga. So I've been looking for this specific size of basket since we moved in to this property because I want them to go down the side of the fire, wood burning stove, but I want there to be gaps so that they doesn't touch the wood burning stove so it's nice and safe. I've been searching for, 4 years plus years. It finally came up. I found I ordered it like weeks ago and it got lost and then the delivery got lost and then it got cancelled and then it got re-shipped or something. Finally last night they turned up, which is awesome, so I'm going to pop those in as well before I go wrap this, pop the baskets in and then go get my hair cut. It shouldn't be that different. I'm not going for a major haircut, so I'm gonna hopefully come out and you're not gonna be able to tell too much difference anyway. So it's just kind of gonna be a trim and a tidy up.
And then it's my turn tomorrow morning. I'm gonna go out al fresco and get the grizzly beard hacked back a little bit.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I like to do it outside because it can get a bit messy and it's really gotten really long now too. So tomorrow morning.
Maybe I'll do it for you.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'll return the favor. Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh, good.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah, nice.
So we'll just make a little stack on top like this, I think. That's enough, isn't it? I'm really pleased with that. It looks a lot tidier. Very nice, worth the wait. Right, let's go get this haircut. Really pleased with my hair. It was absolutely lovely to see her. It was just like seeing an old friend. We just had such a lovely chat. Just the rapport is just so lovely with her. Yeah, really pleased with it. It's just what I wanted. So really nice and easy. I'm just gonna have to kind of maybe learn how to style it a little bit differently. And she really loved the grey. She absolutely loved it. She said I should definitely keep it. So we were in agreement with that. She loves my natural colour. So yeah, she's just really supportive and a lovely girl. The basket that was here before was actually a vintage basket. We actually really enjoy going to things like car boot sales and vintage fairs and vintage markets and antique markets and that kind of thing. So we love doing that during the season, which is typically kind of summer. We'll definitely be vlogging that for you this year. And so last year we were at a vintage market and there was a guy there who'd done a road trip through Italy and parts of Europe. He had stopped at an olive farm and they were literally just kind of chucking out, getting rid of their old olive baskets. And he said it was just cheap as chips and he picked up just a handful of them and stuffed them in the car. So when we saw him, I said to him, I said, God, these baskets look gorgeous and they're so aged and, you know, there's obviously a story here. And he said, yeah, they were actually olive baskets. They were the baskets that were used by the people that were harvesting the olives, and they would, you know, carry the baskets through and just chuck all the olives in. So you could actually see the kind of almost the oil that had come off the olives. So there was a staining and a discoloration inside in the bottom of the basket and stuff. It was just so lovely. We got a couple of those and I was really hoping that that would be the basket for the banana plant, but I got home and I knew it was a little bit because it was exactly the same height as the pot. So I was like, that's a bit of a bummer. And I tried different things, but it just wasn't working. So what we'll do is we'll just use that basket somewhere else. But I have no problem in using baskets everywhere and anywhere in the house. So finding a purpose for it will not be a problem. Luckily for Mars, it has just started to drizzle, so I can't get him outside into the garden to give him a beard trim, but I am hoping he's going to let me have a go at his beard at some stage today. So I'll probably finish my cup of coffee and then we'll see if this passes, and then hopefully we can get him out onto the bench and tidy up his beard a little bit so we'll both look really nice and tidy for the rest of the week, or as tidy as we get.
So after a bit of a misty start this morning, the sun's out, it's an absolutely glorious day, and I'm heading down to the bottom of our field where we'll be seeing whether our trail cams have been able to capture any interesting wildlife. And I've also put a trail cam up over our pond, which is just over there, to see whether our ducks and moorhens got up to anything interesting. And as always, whenever I come down to the field, Leopold just loves to keep me company.
Is unbelievable.
Yeah, I just love these trail cams. They're just so awesome.
Amazing.
And the fact that you can just plonk them and just, you know, they'll just record.
Yeah.
It's just so convenient, and the battery life is crazy. I mean, I put these out kind of early January. It's the 26th today.
Nice.
So it's been a month. The batteries are beginning to drain now, but I mean, the amount of footage that they've actually got, unfortunately, nothing supremely exciting. A lot of pheasants.
Yeah, which is nice because you'll be able to see the pheasants finally, the ones that I feed regularly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I said that I'd seen trails down in between the long grass, and it's very much them because they all live there. So, yeah. I mean, there's so much footage of them actually emerging from the long grass. camera at the pond managed to get a lot of duck footage. There was nothing hugely exciting. But the one thing that I certainly didn't know is that the ducks swim around when it's complete pitch black.
It makes sense that they swim at night because obviously that's the safest place for them to be is on the water.
Yeah, you would imagine so.
I always thought they came up the embankment and just went to sleep in the reeds and things, but I suppose actually when you think about it, that's when predators will be out at night time and they will get them, and if they're just on the sides on the bank.
But then do they have night vision? Because
how good is their night vision?
They're swimming in perfect squadrons. I mean, the footage is just crazy. I mean, I just saw this whole barrage of eyes coming across the screen. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's the ducks, and there's probably like 8 or 9 or 10 of them. I mean, it's.
Yeah, they must have really good night vision now.
I would assume so. I wouldn't have really put it down to ducks having night vision, but I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah. So you're going to put the cameras back out again?
I am.
But we'll move them to a different spot.
Well, I think we'll relocate things. I think there's an awful lot of pheasant footage down there. Yeah. But I had an idea.
Yeah.
Because we grew zombie pumpkins last year for kind of eating and decoration.
Yeah.
And they're completely edible. They're really tasty. The only thing is, I don't know whether I want to lose a finger trying to cut through them. The skins on these pumpkins are like nothing I've ever experienced before. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take an axe.
Okay.
Chop it in half.
Nice.
So we have 2 nice halves of a pumpkin.
Or multiple. Just smash it up.
Yeah, okay.
Into like lots of different pieces. Yeah.
And then I'll just strategically position them underneath the beech tree maybe, so that we can kind of almost invite animals to come through and have a snack.
And see what
comes.
And
then we'll put the cameras there and hopefully we can get something more exciting.
So we're going to set up the camera on this tree and have it facing where I'm standing. And then we're going to basically smash up a pumpkin here, and we've even managed to find in the back of the cupboard there was a couple of tins of cat food which we kind of experimented a different brand flavour for the cats a couple of months ago and they rejected it, so they've just been sitting in the back of the cupboard. And so I said to Mars, why don't we add that with the pumpkin and see if any hedgehogs come through or any, who knows, somebody might find it tasty. And then there's our zombie pumpkin. Apparently, pumpkin seeds are really good for chicken and poultry. They say that it's the pumpkin, the actual seeds themselves have got some kind of natural dewormer in them. So apparently poultry, chickens, pheasants kind of thing, those kind of birds like to eat. So we will see if our pheasants do, if it's a preference that they like. Watch your fingers.
Yeah. All done. Now we're just going to wait and see what happens. And I think Kirsten's just got a couple of seeds that she's going to give to maybe as an hors d'oeuvre for the pheasants to get the appetite going.
Get them going.
Then they can tuck in and hopefully they can tell their mates about all the treats that are here, and we can invite some more exotic wildlife.
Hey, the Michelin star restaurant is officially open.
Yay!
Be interesting to see what goes, if anything goes to the cat food, like maybe hedgehogs or badgers, or be interesting to see if anything does go for it.
I really like to make our own bread. Over the last couple of years, I feel like I've actually cracked making breads. The first couple of breads I made, I remember they were almost bricks. They were so hard. I really struggled with the concept of making bread. But it's quite remarkable. You just kind of, something just twigs in your brain one day. And from that point forward, I've just really nailed breads. I actually find it quite therapeutic. Just the whole process of working with dough is actually quite fun and quite relaxing. That's why we have pizzas every Saturday, because it's just, an excuse for me to make dough. The one other bonus of making your own breads is that you can make them as healthy as you'd like to. So we get all of our flours from Shipton Mill. We use a brown organic malted flour for our bread, and we add as many seeds as we possibly can. So, you can add flax seeds, you can add pumpkin seeds, you can add sunflower seeds. We're actually out of sunflower seeds today. So we're going to be a little bit limited. Poppy seeds is also something that's really great. We've run out of those too. You can just make these breads as healthy as you like. I found the key to making bread is just being as accurate and precise as possible so that you can replicate it every single week. So I'm quite meticulous with the amount of water and everything that actually goes into it. But that is part of the process, I think, that has allowed me to perfect our breads. All done. The dough's looking fantastic. Now, the only drawback with bread is that it requires a lot of time to prove. So this is now going to go in for its first proof for about an hour. Then we'll do the second proof in the actual tins themselves. So now that's going to double in size in its first proof. So I typically make enough dough to make 4 loaves, and to be honest, I'd probably do more. It's just a matter of how much we can actually get in the oven, because once you've got the oven on, obviously you're paying for that electricity, so whether you make 1 loaf or 4 loaves, you're paying for that amount of power. And then what we typically do is we'll take the bread once it's done, we'll slice it up and freeze it, and it freezes really well. So once you pop it in the toaster, it just comes out perfectly, it comes out fluffy, and you can actually just take it straight out of the freezer, put it straight in the toaster, and within 1 minute you've got a perfect slice of bread. Kirsten's managed to find a small jar of poppy seeds, so even though I didn't mix it into the actual dough, what we're going to do now is we're actually going to just decorate on top of the bread. It'll just give it some nice colour, and it's just going to look really nice once it's baked.
Well, that was delicious.
Yeah, it's a good slice of bread, I'll be honest.
I have to say, I'm very much a big cake person. I love cakes. The one thing I really find about your bread is because it's so fresh and squidgy and hot and delicious. Once you've melted that butter on and then added some jam, it's almost like having a slice of cake.
That's true.
It's just as satisfying, I find. It's really delicious.
And it works equally well. I mean, I said that, you know, you can toast it, but if you just leave it out for an hour, just let it defrost naturally, it actually comes out just as fresh.
Just as fluffy, yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, I just really like it. It's just a good slice of bread.
But next week might be exciting. So we're just waiting for a couple of appointments to be confirmed, but if they are, it means that we'll have a trip into Shropshire, maybe to Shrewsbury.
Or Shrewsbury, if you're really posh.
Then also into Cheshire, so up towards kind of Chester area.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun to take you on those trips with us. And then we will have some other chores to do here. So we'll have to maybe start the gardening tools, cleaning them, sharpening the tools and things, so that actually when we do finally get ready to prune and do all the trees and shrubs, we're ready to we've got nice sharp tools to get us going. Oh, and then I just got an invite to antique fair that's happening I think it's on February 11th or 12th.
Okay.
So I don't know which vlog that's going to fall into, but we'll definitely be doing that mid-February. So that'll be something to look forward to as well. That's going to be around Valentine's.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And then you're even promising to maybe do some home brewing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
it's been too long now since I've actually done a lager, so yeah, definitely that's definitely gonna have to be added to the calendar.
Yeah. So I hope this was another relaxing, easygoing vlog for you to watch and enjoy. A little bit slower than maybe we anticipated, but that's okay. Though that is what we're about, is slow living.
If you've been enjoying this vlog, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you've got any friends that would actually, you think would appreciate watching a vlog like ours, please share that with them, because it helps us out.
It really does. It really supports us, and it'll allow us to keep doing these vlogs, and we really want to. So please help us get our numbers up. And I hope you've had a really lovely, relaxing, easygoing weekend and a great week next week, and we will see you in the next vlog. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.